Okay, synthetic division today. When you have polynomials in the numerator and a binomial in the denominator, it's very helpful to know synthetic division, as opposed to doing long division, which I know some of you really enjoy. The synthetic division is just going to help you do things quickly. And today, as far as the denominators go, we're going to have binomials, and the leading coefficient of that x is a 1. Right, so in the term x plus 2, the coefficient there is 1, and we will not have a number greater than that. We will just keep it as 1x. Okay, so the first thing that you do is you take a look at that numerator, which is x squared plus 5x plus 6. And you're going to write the numbers associated with each term down. So the coefficient of the x squared is 1, the coefficient of the x is 5, and the constant is 6. And you're going to write those down, 1, 5, 6, and leave a little space in between. Next, you're going to look at the x plus 2, the denominator, and you're going to see that we have a plus 2 here, right? But I want to change that to negative 2, so we're going to put a negative 2 on the outside. And now pretty much your setup is complete. That's the setup. In order to solve the problem, the first thing we're going to do, which is step number 3 over here, is bring down the first number, which in this case is 1. We're going to bring that down, and it's going to be 1. Okay. And then, step number 4, we're going to multiply and add. And we're going to do that as many times as we need to solve the problem, and it goes like this. So negative 2 times 1 is negative 2, and then we're going to add, and we're going to get 3. We're going to do it again. Negative 2 times 3 is negative 6, and we will get 0. The number on the end is the remainder. And the other numbers, the 1 and the 3, are going to be your answer, and this is how you write your answer. You need to take a look at, up here in the numerator, the highest exponent we have is x squared. And because we have x squared, down here in step number 5, you're going to drop it down 1 to x. And so with regard to this and this, you're going to have x plus 3. In other words, 1x plus 3. These numbers are here are the coefficient and the constant. So your answer is going to be x plus 3. Now, you could very easily check that if you want. X plus 2, let's multiply the two factors, and x plus 3. And when you do that, you will get the polynomial we started with. So this is a check. Let's do another one. Again, you're going to look at the numerator first, which in this case is x squared minus 2x minus 8. The numbers associated are 1. Hello. Sorry about that. Are going to be 1, negative 2, and negative 8. Write them down. 1, negative 2, and negative 8. Little space in between. You're then going to look at the denominator, x minus 4, and notice that it has a negative 4, and you're going to change it to positive 4. And that is the setup. Okay. And then we just go with what we did before. The first thing is you bring down, in this case, you bring down the 1. That's going to go down. And then you're going to multiply and add as many times as you need to. So we're going to multiply. 4 times 1 is 4. When you add, you get 2. Then we're going to multiply again. 4 times 2 is 8. We're going to add and get 0. Again, the number on the furthest right is going to be your remainder. We started with an x squared, so my answer is going to be, these are coefficients again, 1x and a constant plus 2, or just x plus 2. That is your answer. And again, for a check, you could say, well, x minus 4 and x plus 2. When you multiply that out, you're going to get x squared minus 2x minus 8, and that will work. Okay, so that last thing, again, that last step that we used right here was to make sure that that x squared dropped down to an x. Okay, next one. A little longer, but the same principle. Doesn't matter how many terms you have. So let's write down the coefficients. So I'm going to write down 2, 12, 23, and 15. I'm going to notice that that's a 3 and put a negative 3 on the outside. Okay, and that is the setup. We're going to bring down the 2, and I'm going to multiply. Negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. I'm going to add and get 6. And I'm going to keep doing that. Negative 3 times 6 is negative 18. And when I add, I get 5. And then I'm going to say negative 3 times 5, and I'm going to get negative 15. And when I add, I get 0. So all of these problems so far have had no remainder. And because we started here at the top with an x to the third, my answer will be 2, because that's the coefficient, x squared, because I've dropped down from the x to the third to the x squared, plus 6x plus 5, and that is my answer. And if you wanted to, you could actually say, just again for a check, x plus 3, and then multiply it by your answer, 2x squared plus 6x plus 5. And if you distributed all of these things, you would see that the answer is correct. It's 2x to the third plus 12x squared plus 23x plus 15, just like we have at the top. Okay, the last one I have is when you're missing terms. You can see in that x to the third and then minus 8, there is no x squared term and there is no x term, but then you have negative 8. You must account for the missing terms. If you don't, you will not get the right answer. So in this case, we have 1, 0, 0, and negative 8. So 1, 0, 0, and negative 8. Again, we notice that that's negative 2. We're going to put a 2 out here. And this is the setup. Bring down the 1. 2 times 1 is 2. When I add, I get 2. Now I'm going to say 2 times 2 is 4. 0 plus 4 is 4. Now I'm going to say 2 times 4 is 8. And I get 0 remainder again. 0 remainder. The next video will have remainders. And again, up here, you notice that this is, oops, sorry about that. That this is x to the third. So here we're going to start with 1x squared plus 2x plus 4. Or you could just write, of course, x squared plus 2x plus 4. Right, this is the x squared, that's the x, and that's the constant, and that would be your answer. And again, you can go and multiply the 2 out, and it should work out for you.